Hello and welcome back. This is Kai Rubix playing Planet Coaster. And we're going on a little bit back into time lapsing. It's been a while since I've done this, so hopefully I don't screw up and just say things that I shouldn't say. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on with what we're doing here. So we're going to go ahead and finish up the plaza area. I want to go ahead and do a little bit, few more details in and around just that area first. You can see right now we're actually starting on one of the buildings, the guest relation building actually, and I want to do something different, kind of experiment a little bit of what we're doing here. I wanted to make the interior first. I haven't seen that many people do that much interiors, so it's kind of just me just fiddling around trying to figure out how I'm gonna maybe even have it look like a guest relation building, just looking around each of the set pieces, using different, looks like I'm using a poster right there, trying to figure out, maybe I can use the logo right there, so it's just gonna be like that little logo telling guests, hey, welcome to Planet Coaster, there's a guest relation building, if you got some kind of complaints, just let us know, maybe we'll give you something to, help you, so you can stop complaining. I mean, isn't that what a guest relation building is for anyway? Just for, just stop complaining, we'll make your day better. Just stop complaining, please. It's bad for business. We don't want to hear it, please. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I can see I'm just trying to look at different pieces to kind of make the desk area. I mean, there isn't that many pieces, but I just like that fact that, you can use many different pieces for many different things. You can flip it upside down, you can turn it on its side and whatnot. Oh, but I'm just still missing those square paths. I mean, that would have really helped a lot. Hopefully, once Alpha gets, a little bit more into their build, we can finally get like some little tools or something to finally get those square paths. But anyway, yeah, it looks like I found my little desks. It's these little railings, and I think I also used the edge roof. Oh, there I am, trying to experiment. Like, maybe I can just put like a what do you call that? One of those hat stalls. So at least I can have somebody in there. So at least it looks like somebody's there to hear your complaints. But I guess in the end, I think I said, you know what? Forget it. We're just gonna go ahead and deal with just trying to make it look, at least in the interior. Also, of course, because of its alpha, I guess if you can see this video, I kind of try to save a lot. It does crash sometimes on my computer. But anyway, now it looks like we're doing some lighting. Just trying to figure out, I think it's good timing too, because I guess every time that it turns nighttime, you know what? Let's go ahead and figure out how we're gonna make this lit up. Sorry. You can see I'm trying to put in as much lights in there, trying to figure out how to, might not make it so dark. I think I'm putting those lights in there, but I think I decided not to because it's a little too bright. Unfortunately, there isn't any way to, change the daytime nighttime mechanic in this game yet. Hopefully soon, eventually. But yeah, it looks like we're getting in some planters, make it feel a little homey, make it more welcoming. Trying out these little awnings. I guess I did keep them in there just to get, just a few more details in there. It still looks kind of bland. A little boring, and those little things there. I also try to want to make a queue in there. Guess it didn't work out in the end. I just like, what, screw it. It looks okay here. I think that's all I did with this one. Yeah, just pretty much in the interior. Oh, and of course, you have to get the guests know where they're at. So of course you got to do a Planet Coaster signage there, and that did work out pretty fair. I like that. Makes it look, more inviting, I guess, and more, I guess it's the brand, this is where you're at, showing you guys we're at Planet Coaster. And I guess here we're starting out with the exterior. Also one of those things hopefully that we can add in, I know while I was building, is grouping other buildings together. I mean, I like to build, but anyway, I was trying to keep, let's go ahead and go back to what we're building here. I guess I kind of want to keep it in like a formal looking building. I guess I got inspired by Back to the Future. I'm always inspired by Back to the Future. But yeah, it looks like the clock tower. I got the 4 pillars going down there. But just trying to use most of the modern building sets as I can with those. I guess in this series, that's what I want to try to do, is try to use as much objects and scenery in one Sorry if it sounds like I'm far away. But trying to use as much scenery and objects in one category, I guess, set, as much as I can. And of course, trying to figure out how to build, I guess. I'm still kind of new at this. You know, it does feel like Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, you know, that's what I love. It's the familiarity of it, but of course there are some bits and pieces and little tools and stuff that, you know, I just still gotta kind of get used to. And of course trying to figure out what other pieces I can use that normally isn't what's supposed to be used for. But yeah, it looks like we're almost, I just want to go ahead and go back to our building here. It looks like I'm trying to figure out anything that is, what do you call that, like a signage or anything just to show just this building so it doesn't look so bland and boring. I guess I went with King Coaster there. I guess I also use those little coaster railings. Yeah, I guess just to add a little bit of details and yeah, just to add a little bit more stuff in there. Again, I'm still kind of fairly new at trying to building this. Hopefully I can get a little bit more better. I've been watching a lot of other people on YouTube. Of course, like Silverette, he just amazing work. I just hope I can just go do that. But, you know, time, it just takes time, you know, it takes practice. Looks like we're almost completely done with this building. Looks like we got that Planet Coaster, what do you call that, insignia there. And I've been having a bit of a problem with those roofing, with the roofing. It's I did find a tutorial on how do you call it, subdivide those grids. Unfortunately, I didn't see it while I was building this, so I just had to stick with the regular, the square grid right there. But you'll eventually see it in my later videos. Eventually, it looks like a subdivided grid, and I'm hoping, because the way that you get basically the subdivided grid is it looks kind of like a glitch where you have to place a certain object and all of a sudden the grid is more, there's more spaces in the grid than you normally would see, only because that piece was placed there. But I'm really hoping that they will eventually make it optional. You know, just the way that they try to do the degrees, like you can turn the degrees like however you want, or you can stick to a 45-degree angle degree, you know. Hopefully they can do it where we can place it from, you know, that square grid right there to, you know, subdivide it by 2, 3, 4, 5, you know what I mean anyway. But also being able to group buildings, that's also an issue for me here. If I want to like maybe take a piece of a building and want to put it on another building and make that into one building, you know, just group them together and take another, you know what I mean, right? You know what I'm talking about. I'm not just blathering on trying to figure out what I'm trying to say here. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, enough wasting time here. Let's go back once again to our building. Looks like we got little popcorn lights there. I want to try to give it that, you know, that Main Street look, giving it those little popcorn lights. And I guess the thing that you see up there, the ones that look like coasters, those archways, yeah, it didn't really fit. I guess I delete those later. But it looks like here, I'm trying to figure out what I can use as benches. I didn't want to use the wooden ones because they really didn't fit, so I guess I stuck with these stone-looking things from the pirate set and just used stone benches instead. Still can't wait to actually use benches. Speaking of which, I wonder how benches are going to work anyway. Is it like, excuse me, hold on. Whew, didn't want you guys to hear that. Nothing happened. Again, this is nothing you've never heard before. Nothing happened. I wonder how benches are going to work. Is it going to be like placed only on the like on the sides of the paths, or can we just put them anywhere? Hopefully we can use them like for restaurants, cafeterias and whatnot, and put like tables automatically in front of it. Guests can use it immediately. But I guess time will tell once the alpha gets built a little more, the game goes a little closer into release. Anyway, it looks like we're trying to close up the gap here, trying just really just putting in fake facades. This is still me again trying to fiddle with the building, trying to make it look like, I guess, a plaza as close as I can, and really just closing the gap with anything I find, trees and other buildings and whatnot. When I play this game, I feel like I'm not organized. Look at that. I'm already I look at this empty spot like, oh look, you know, maybe I can fill that in with something. You know, screw finishing this building. It looks half finished, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to another thing and just finish that. Looks like we're here. We're trying to add a little bit more, few more details here. It looks like I'm trying to put a sign there, and then I guess I just ended up. You know what? I did it on the other side. Might as well just put like a little, I think this is where I put it, like a little sticking out, yeah, there it is, like a little sign that just sticks out of the wall there, a little pillar, and then I just put like a generic, I tried the welcome sign, but it's way too big. I'm really hoping that we can do scaling soon. But it looks like I found a smaller sign, just put another King Coaster sign there, you know, just to fill out the gap. Sure, why not, you know? Hopefully, again, there's another thing that I hope they put in, probably like custom letters, you know? Maybe we can spell things out on our own, put it anywhere we want. Guess we're still figuring out how we're gonna do this main entrance. But as of right now, with our entrance, since there's only, what is it? We only have Chief Beef, the burger place, and the Cosmic Cow place, which I really like. I like that they're finally adding brands to it, even though it's not like it's fake. Of course they can't do real brands. What am I talking about? But I really like that idea that we have, like, you know, these brands that we can put in our park. I guess like what they're gonna expand on is like there's gonna be different brands. I guess like cheaper brands, because I know that they said that Chief Beef is their premium brand. It's their best. I guess hamburger stall that they have, but maybe they're gonna go away. They're gonna go and make it to where I guess there's gonna be less brands, like not very good burgers and not very good. How do I explain this? I guess like maybe in an amusement park, you know, where they have those what do you call those stands? There we go. That's what I'm looking for, you know, like little popcorn stands and whatnot. I guess that's gonna be like the cheap version, where, you know, they're just in the middle of the pathway. They're just like an umbrella and maybe churro stands. Oh, there it is. I remember mentioning in one of my old videos, Planet Coaster needs to put churros and funnel cakes. I think they had funnel cakes. I don't know. Did they have funnel cakes in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? Or even any of the Roller Coaster Tycoon games for that matter. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. But anyway, if anyone knows, say it in the comments. Did they have funnel cakes? But yeah, but definitely they need to have churros. That is like the trademark food, or what's called junk food, of any theme park. I really can't understand why nobody put churros in their game. Not even Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And I distinctly remember not having churros. It's just insane. And I'm still rambling on, just trying to pass time. But okay, anyway, looks like we're in another building finally. Looks like I'm trying to make our Chief Beef restaurant. There we go, that's the word. And you can see that it has more of that city feel to it. It's not really part of the what do you call that? The main plaza, and that's for a reason, because that is going to be the future area of our new land. Yeah. I don't want to say too much into it because I do want to save more of that information in the next video, so not that much I'm going to say about that. I've seen a lot of people, you know, because of the certain ride, because the way that it looks, you know, likes to make it look like a city, but we'll move on to that later. Again, I don't want to talk too much about it, just so I can have something else to talk about later in the series. But oh look, that's also weird about this game too. Like if you place, I'm pretty sure it's just because it's an alpha, but like if you place like a Chief Beef in your park, or like I guess pirate theming, all of a sudden you just see these characters just walking around. I guess of course there's no management aspect of the game, so of course I guess they just made it in the alpha to where like if it's in your park, you know, these guys are just gonna start walking around your area. But yeah, and again with the lighting, I just can't get enough of the lighting. It's just amazing where we can put it. It is amazing, don't get me wrong. It is pretty awesome where we can actually have lighting on the fly, especially when it's nighttime. But like when trying to put those lights anywhere else, like if you want to add a specific angle, it's really hard, especially later in the series. You'll see I have rocks everywhere, and I'm trying to like put the lights in a specific area, and it just doesn't work. I'm really hoping that there's like a new control aspect to where we can also, I guess, point the spotlight to where specifically where we want it to point, like the angle of it. So instead of it just looking at a 45-degree angle every time, maybe we can have a control to where we can, I guess, point it at a certain spot. I think like this whole video is just me ranting and just saying, you know, I want this in the game and I want that in the game. It's really just me just adding different buildings, different shapes, just trying to fill in the gaps, so at least there's like no what do you call that? There's no view of any other area while you're in, I guess, in that area. It's like in a theme park, you know, if you're in Fantasyland, all you see is Fantasyland. If you're in Harry Potter, all you see is Harry Potter, except for the one in Hollywood, which we will not really get into. You will probably know if you're really into theming as much as I am what I'm talking about. But that's just the kind of things that just can't be helped. Looks like I'm trying to finish up this building. I guess trying to also do the interior a little bit. I guess I had an idea of using those giant burgers. I think I might do that later in another video. I haven't even done that yet. But like trying to use those giant burgers you see in the scenery in effect, like without making it look very gaudy and like putting it just on top of a building. But maybe I'll use it as an interior, but we'll see. Again, the very mission, I guess, yes, mission of this series is just trying to use as much scenery and trying to fill out as much as I can in this plains area. What was it called? Sandbox area. Blech, I'm losing my words yet again. But yeah, just trying to use every single piece, even the really big pieces that I don't think it's gonna work. Just put them somewhere where they are gonna work. I guess I'm just trying to ramble on anyway. It looks like let's go back to what I'm building. I like going off on tangents. It's really fun, isn't it? But let's go ahead and go back. It looks like we're almost done with the chief beef belief. Just the chief beef building. Using those little cornerstone rooftops just to get the little cornerstone side of the building. You can see what I'm building there. And finally, of course, just trying to use. I wanted to put like a billboard somewhere here, of course, because this is going to be the cityscape kind of area. You'll see eventually in the next video. You'll probably see in the next video what I got. But I think I remember. I'm not sure if it's in this video, but I know I put like little billboards and everything. No, never mind. That's in the next video. I promised myself I wasn't going to talk about anything. But it looks like I copied a building. That's also what I like about this game. You know, you can take a building, just copy it, and just what do you say? Just customize it however you want it. But really, I just really want that grouping. What do you call that? That grouping tool. That's gonna really help this game a lot. And of course, it's an alpha. I'm just hoping that it comes out sooner rather than later, so that we can just get a little bit more faster into building this stuff. And also, you'll notice in the back, I'm not really worried about the details on the back. Just putting just trees. In the rear view, doesn't really care because, you know, guests aren't gonna see it anyway. You know, why not? Looks like we're just putting on the finishing touches. You know, just making sure that there's little pieces that can't be seen in the back. What am I talking about? I don't know. There's not much detail. There's not much really much talking about in this one. Oh, but here we go. Yeah, finally, just in time. Something I can talk about. My billboard. Yay. But yeah, I don't know how that mechanic works in the game. This is finally something that I'd like to talk about. where people, I don't know, sorry, I keep saying peeps, they're not peeps, but where people, you know, while they're walking around the park, how do they see, like, signage, you know? Like, would it be much more helpful if it's, like, all around, or... Yeah, you'll know what I mean, because in this billboard, I know I already have Chief Beef on this building, but, like, you know, just in case there's, like, they're in the land, I guess, the land that I'm building, they want to find a burger place, I also want to put another Chief Beef sign, so that they can see it from that angle. So, do these... That's... I guess this is something... what I want to know about is if the people can see. Is it like oh man, I'm losing my words. Is it by sight line? There we go, by sight line, or is it just the building just has to be there, and I guess the computer knows, hey, this is a Chief Beef building. This is where you can get food, or does it really, like, the peeps really? I have to keep saying peeps because they're not really peeps. This is not RCT3 or RCT World. The people, I gotta stop saying that, see it, like, through a point of view, or through sight lines. But yeah, anyway, it's off topic, and it looks like I've already revealed in this video what I based this land off of, and yeah, that was the Sky Ace one. I guess I can talk about it now because it's already been revealed, but yeah, just the buildings, the centerpiece of the ride, I guess, just said, you know what, maybe we can just go ahead and make a cityscape kind of land. It's not just going to be that ride. I'm probably going to have maybe 2 or 3 more rides in the area, just themed around a giant city. I'm thinking, we'll talk about that a little bit more in the end. That's as much as I'm going to talk about, because it looks like my OCD kicked in, or I guess my ADHD, because I'm like, you know, I'm bored of building Chief Beef. Let's go ahead and build this Cosmic Cow building a little bit more, just cover it up so at least it doesn't look like it's empty. But as you can probably tell what this side of the theme park's gonna be, just by the architecture. I'm not gonna say much because I'm pretty sure it's already been given away. I mean, it's the only other theme set we have anyway. But I guess I kind of wanted to slowly what do you call that? But it, like, really slowly merges into that set, like that theming. It's still kind of like looking that modern, but it's also using stucco, I guess. And then you can see that the buildings kind of look similar to that. I'm just gonna say it out loud. Pirate set, yeah. We know it's gonna be a pirate land. Bleh. But yeah, I guess I wanted to just slowly merge it through there, so it kind of just transitions. Ah, that's the word. I knew I was gonna find it. Transition slowly into the pirate theme. And it looks like we're almost done with this build, or at least this video. I kind of wanted to fiddle with the roof, but I guess just because it's not grouped together, unfortunately, I just like, forget it, you know, whatever. We're just gonna go ahead and delete the roof, and it looks like we are near the end. I just want to go ahead and put, like, just some grass and scenery, make it look like a garden for the inside of the just for the plaza area. There we go, just adding just some little details so it doesn't look so grassy. Maybe just look for some lights. Yeah, am I looking for lights? Yes, I am looking for lights. Just putting it in there every so often, little bits and pieces. And I guess that is it for this video. Hopefully tune in next time. Hopefully it's a little bit... I know this was just the plaza, that's all it was, and maybe some Chief Beef stuff, but I'm pretty sure the other one, at least now that we're gonna get into some theming, like an actual lands, hopefully it'll be a little bit more interesting than the plaza. But anyway, that's all for the day. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.